Welcome to Financial Detox. We're your hosts, Jason and Alex from IDA Wealth. Your financial journey of pursuing better and true financial peace of mind starts here. Hey, welcome to Financial Detox. I'm Jason Labram, your host in studio with my man,
Alex Klingensmith.
And we are talking about dry powder. What does dry powder mean? People are talking about dry powder, cash on the sidelines. There's actually a lot of cash on the sidelines, AKA dry powder right now. Are you feeling the same thing? And then those who don't have any are like, should I be building up dry powder? Should I be going to cash? Like literally, should I be going to cash and holding dry powder to wait for a better time? What's the answer?
The answer is almost no. The answer is always you're a long-term forever investor. Now, there are exceptions to that rule, meaning if you're saving up to buy a house, meaning if you're doing something that's a short-term need, you do need to have money in money markets that are earning inflation, so that you know that you have the money when you need it in the short term. But if you're a long-term forever investor, is there ever a time to time the market? I don't think so.
How about being a total broken record? What does it come back to? It comes back to your financial plan. Actually having every bit of your financial data lined up in a interactive plan. And what that means to us when we say that word interactive and transformative financial plan, right, Alex, is it lives with you. You don't just get a plan and get a nice binder and then that stuff dies on a shelf. That's not a financial plan. A financial plan is interactive in that you continue to update it, modify it, review it, track progress towards goals. It never ends. It's not a one-time document.
Just like your life.
But yeah, exactly, right? It is life. Financial planning is life. We're such nerds.
Football is life.
You got to be a nerd.
There's your Ted Lasso drop right there. All right, let's show this slide. Let's get back on track here.
If financial planning is life ever comes out of your mouth, you are such a nerd. And now I know why my kids think I'm a dork.
David Reyes would say that for sure and mean it.
Oh, he's a total dork.
Yeah, but we love him.
But he's really cool too. Like he's a cool dork. That's the thing. It's like nerds win the day in the end, right? Because they have good financial plans. If you miss the best days in the market, which by the way, many of those best days come during bear markets or down markets. If you miss those, your returns just get crushed. And we have a good slide that shows you what missing the best days in the market. And we're showing you again, the S&P 500, which is not a perfect proxy of a portfolio. It's just the most long-term track record benchmark with 500 different stocks. It gives you an idea roughly of how stocks have done. But we're talking about $10,000 invested in the S&P 500 in this chart. And if you were invested the whole time from 1979 through 2025, your 10,000 grew to 2 million. That's insane. 10,000 grows to 2 million. That's pretty cool. If you just stayed put, you didn't make changes, you didn't panic, you didn't do anything stupid, didn't have too much dry powder on the side. If you just miss 5 days, literally the 5 best days of that market, you went from 2 million down to 1.2 million. And if you missed 10 days, you went from 2 million down to $873,000. And it just keeps getting worse. So you really can't, as an investor, you can't afford to miss the best days in the market. And you don't know when the best days are going to come. They could come during a really bad time in the markets. So dry powder is an interesting thing. And I want to add one other thought, Alex, and tell me if this resonates. Like if you were going to have dry powder and you were going to wait until the markets were blood on the streets, you know, the old saying, there's blood on the streets, I'm going to go. Or when others are totally fearful, you'll be greedy. When others are greedy, you'll be fearful. Warren Buffett quote. Then, I mean, there's an argument. You could try to make the argument that that would make sense. But the problem is we don't know when the top of the market is. So you hold dry powder, it could keep going up and up and up. And by the time it comes back down, it's higher than where it was when you initiated the dry powder. So you're actually buying in higher, even though you're buying low, you're buying in at a point that's higher than where you would have been if you had just invested. So it's a really tough game to play. And ultimately, I think it's a loser's game. The house, in this case, if you refer to Vegas, the house is the market. Markets win over long periods of time. In fact, they win over short periods of time, 74%. Could you imagine if you went to Las Vegas and you had a 74-ish% chance of making money? Well, I would live in Vegas. It would be awesome, right? But that's what the stock market is. So you can be the house with a diversified portfolio in the stock market, stock and bond market, some balanced portfolio. If you refer to our last show, it talks about volatility and how to construct a portfolio that gives you the amount of volatility you're comfortable with. So then you can enjoy the benefits of what the market produces over the long term. So dry powder, cash, interesting concept, could make sense. Alex, I think you said it best. If you have a purpose for that, you're saving for a house, you're saving for a car, you're saving for a vacation, makes sense. Get the highest earning money market, put that dry powder aside. If it's for your long-term living off of your money, creating a paycheck from your portfolio, dry powder is probably not the answer. In our opinion, I think you can do better. So that's the take. That's the Financial Detox take on dry powder. Think about it. Make a good decision. Find true financial peace of mind. Get financially detoxified. And call us if you need us. Thanks for tuning in today. I'm Jason with Alex Klingensmith. We'll catch you on the next show.